global death toll from the coronavirus pandemic has now topped 3 million. This comes as the World Health Organization warned that the world was approaching the highest rate of infections so far. The situation has been intensified by setbacks in vaccination campaigns globally and a deepening crisis in countries such as Brazil, India and France. Worldwide, there have been over 140 million cases recorded, while Africa is reporting more than 4.4 million infections and nearly 118,000 deaths. Well, let's bring you more details now on the situation in Africa. We are joined live by Dr. Ahmed Ogwell, the Deputy Director of the Africa CDC. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Ogwell. Of course, the WHO is warning that we are approaching the highest rate of infections so far globally. But how would you describe the COVID-19 situation in Africa? Is it accelerating or are infection numbers coming down?
Thank you for having me. Africa is a little bit more complex than many parts of the world. And we are seeing a mixed picture where the western and southern parts of the continent, the numbers have stabilized, while the northern, the central and the eastern parts, the numbers are rising. So in essence, we still have a slight increase in numbers, but we will not say that at the moment it is an additional crisis. But we keep on watching the numbers very closely so that we can react appropriately.
And Doctor, when it comes to those appropriate reactions, every time there's a new wave of infections, there's also a new wave of restrictions, such as curfews and lockdowns. Do you think these restrictions are making a difference?
Restrictions work when they are implemented effectively and they are supported by members of the public. So governments must start by explaining clearly to the public why the restrictions are being put in place, and then governments must enforce those restrictions, not in a punitive way, but in a way that actually produces the desired results. Restrictions work when they are implemented properly.
And Doctor, we know that a number of African countries have started vaccination campaigns. Do you think we're going to see the impact of these vaccines soon on the rate of hospitalizations and, of course, the rate of deaths?
Vaccinations work. And the effect, in fact, the impact of vaccination is seen when the proportion of the population that has been vaccinated is significant. So in the countries that have already vaccinated large parts of their populations, we see very clear evidence that the numbers are dropping, particularly of those that have been hospitalized. And therefore, as Africa continues to vaccinate its population, we know we will be able to see the impact when we reach the desired proportion of those who have been vaccinated.
Thank you so much. Dr. Ahmed Ogwell, the Deputy Director of the Africa CDC, joining us there live.